Alrighty then. Alright, what's up, guys? AW Air Warrior. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing, man? I'm on this beautiful Wednesday night. I hope you're all good. Honestly, I really do hope you're all good. Really, I hope you're all in the chat doing good. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I really do hope you're all doing good, man. No detracting stream tonight. Nothing of that sort tonight, guys. Welcome to the chat. Oh, shut up, Red. I know. What's up, Sideways? Good to see people in the chat already. All right. All right. Good to see people in the chat. So, yeah, once again, this is not a detractor stream. No Campbell, no Graves, no Eric July, no Doomcock, no Mike Still, nothing like that. This is a DC stream, Lantern stream, and more DC stuff. I couldn't fit everything into one title, obviously, because there's only 100, you only can use 100 letters in the title for YouTube. So I couldn't fit everything that I'm going to talk about. I don't know if Blind is coming on. Maybe it'll just be in the chat because I want him to get to right? He says he may not come on, but weekends most likely will come on. But this is a DC stream, so yeah, specifically a DC stream, guys. Yo, Degrassi. All right. Nope, he wasn't mobbed, man. Nobody cares. All right. DC stream tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all these actors. Now, I couldn't fit all the actors' names in the title, okay? I couldn't fit all the actors' names in the titles. That's apparently up in the running for this role for Hal Jordan. Okay? So, yeah, you got to see Josh Brolin, Chris Byer, Matthew McConaughey, and there's more. Timothy Oliphant and who's the other one? Ewan McGregor. I couldn't fit them all in the title. Okay, I'm sorry. Now there's other DC stuff. I wish Blind in here would keep me up to date. Because I haven't seen what he has seen. Okay. All right, so I hope you're all doing good. I really do hope you're all doing good on this beautiful night on this beautiful Wednesdays. Weird choices. All right. I know my choice here for who should be Hal Jordan, but I'm not going to say yet. I know my choice. But I'm not going to say who. Okay, yet. But these are interesting choices. You can tell they're going for established well-known actor for the role of Hal Jordan. Let me put this banner up. I forgot to put my banner up. Okay. Banner up. All right. Now, I mean, these are all A-list actors, right? There's no, right, top-tier actors. So they're definitely going for this is not the David Cornstalk level. This is top tier. And expect the same thing with Batman, okay? I know. Of course. I was thinking that this action thing, man. When I talk about Batman, Superman, yeah, it's gonna be called World Finest. They do a team up movie. It's always gonna be called that. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just watching AEW. God just lit the house on fire, man. At the end. House on fire. Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm sorry. All right. But yeah, so obviously, not surprising they're looking for Hal first. Okay, I'm not surprised Hal Jordan is the first of the show is the first casting they're looking forward to. They're looking not forward to, but looking to cast as somebody that's a veteran. All right, and yes, I am Steve. And all these people that are casting are all older actors, right? At least over 35, at least over 40 now. Yeah, Chris Pine's over 40. Matthew McConaughey is 54. So any actor that's over 40, basically. Oh my God. I saw that. Oh my God. So any actor that's over 40, right? That's what they're going for. So this is going to be the veteran, the veteran uh, Green Lantern's cop, whatever you want to call it, the veteran of the Green Lanterns. Okay, the veteran, the one that takes a rookie under his wing, and that's going to be what John Stewart's going to come into the play. John Stewart is going to be the newcomer, okay, the newcomer, Red of the right, and Hal Jordan is to be on task to be the one to guide them, show them how to teach them, right? Because why? Obviously, get the other human, get get the veteran human to teach the rookie human, because that would be the best. Be the best. The veteran human it'd be best for him to teach the rookie human. Okay, no question about that. That's freaking obvious, right? So that's why it makes sense that that get an actor for Hal Jordan over 40 years old. Now, some of his casting choices, I'm surprised. To me, Hal Jordan lately has been more of a laid back, could be serious but sarcastic type at times. Very funny, very funny. John Stewart is actually more of the serious, makes jokes from time to time, but the more of the serious one, if serious lantern. Okay, that's why it caught me surprisingly. Is this him? Josh Brolin. When I read that Josh Brolin was up for the role as Hal Jordan Green, I'm like, what? Josh Brolin, who always plays the same character in every movie he's in, always McGruff, serious, no nonsense type of character. He's like the ultimate, like, he is typecast all the time. Is always the serious, no nonsense gruff. Some no gets annoyed all the time, all the time. Same kind of character. Doesn't matter which role it is. It's the same. It's the same. That doesn't to me does not fit Hal Jordan. That does not fit Hal Jordan. Okay. Just because of what I see him in, he's always plays the same kind of character. It doesn't matter which role. Even as Thanos is a little similar. Okay. Now apparently he is a leading candidate. The one they want the most is his to take or leave it, according to the reports. Take it or leave it kind of off. Apparently, he's a front runner. Basically, the offers on the table for him to accept the role of Hal Jordan or not. That's basically according to the reports. Maybe okay, maybe sideways. Uh, Excuse me about the cough. I'm just typing fine. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So Josh Brolin, yeah, and then people are too old. Josh Brolin's 56 years old, guys. 56 years old. 56 years old. Okay, 56 years old. That's quite old. That's quite old for maybe this role. Okay. No, I got no problem. We got the Green Lantern Corps, and no problem with Jon Stewart being a little bit younger. No problem with that. But Hal Jordan, I mean, we got buddy Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion might be the oldest one. How old is Nathan Fillion? Oh, Nathan Fillion is 53. So Nathan, so Guy Gardner might be a little older. So in this movie, because the actor's older, Nathan Fillion, 53. 53 years old, guys. Okay? 53 years old. Okay? 53. So, them possibly casting Josh Brolin will not be surprising then, right? But Nathan Fillion could play. Nathan Fillion could actually play a character like Guy Gardner. If you ask me, I think he could play the kind of character interpretation Guy Gardner is like, because Nathan Fillion has played those roles before, a jerk, an asshole kind of role before. How this is different? How is this a different character than that? Okay. Yeah, he voiced him in the Throne of Atlantis. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that for sure, man. That's true. That's true. And excuse me, I'm gonna cough again. Okay, that's true. He did voice him in the Throne of Atlantis. That's 100% facts. All right, that is true. All right, so and apparently, if he's not if he doesn't accept the role, if he doesn't accept the role as Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, last night as I was doing the stream on John Campia, I broke the news. I didn't break the news. I read when news broke. Possibly news broke. When news broke. I didn't break the news. I did not break the news that they were looking at these two actors as possibly fallback options. Options. Okay. All right. So yeah, as I was doing my stream last night, when I saw what broke, okay, I said it was. Let me get the fucking pictures. Ewan McGregor, Ewan McGregor, who was previously in DC as a Black Mask. Remember, he was Roman. He was Black Mask, and Matthew McConaughey. Okay, those two, right? Those two, those two, right? I said last night during my Campia stream. That's what I said, if I remember correctly. Those two. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he is. Degrassi is his favorite. Okay. Shit, man. I hope this fucking cough doesn't bother. It's not make the stream unbearable. I don't have a cough. I just have one started now. Like I was coughing all day. Okay, that's the thing. I apologize for that. Okay, Ewan McGregor as I said Black Mass. I was about to say Black Mass, but as Hal Jordan. I honestly don't know how I feel about this. Honestly, he doesn't look anything like Hal Jordan, and I don't think he'd be a very different Hal Jordan than Josh Brolin. I think, don't you think? Don't you think? A very different Hal Jordan. Okay, okay, very different. Now with Matthew McConaughey, let's get him up here. Matthew McConaughey as Hal Jordan. Yeah, Hal Jordan with Matthew McConaughey's mannerisms and the way he talks. It'd be, I think the charm he brings would be it actually could work. I think it could work in a sense that I think. Oh, let me get. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there's blind. Hey, blinded.
What's up? What's
What's
up?
up? I'm just going over the candidates that have been rumored for uh, for uh, for Hal Jordan.
Right.
I don't think like Josh Brolin's the best because he plays the same. If you really like, Josh Brolin's a good actor, but if you really look at him, he plays the same guy every movie. He's
Um,
really typecast.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I wouldn't say he's typecast, but I mean, he's been in a lot of different roles. That's the thing, like of various different
Different roles, but the
genres
same,
or
ad,
budgets.
but the same attitude, the same style of acting he does. Like,
Not really. I mean, his Thanos versus his Cable is different.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true,
he's been in so many different things. So it's like
but I don't think he's perfect for Hal Jordan. I don't think he's Hal Jordan, and I don't think Ewan McGregor is Hal Jordan.
I could see why they would pick him as Hall Jordan. I mean,
If
because the show is supposed to be
I
prestigious, right? So they need an actor who is
I
well
know,
known, but
I think
will
he's
also do TV.
I think he's better as I think he'd be better as a CGI version of Killwalk. I think he fits in more,
Eh,
but I don't think they're gonna do Killwalk in the show if it's based on Earth. Maybe
I think
I don't.
Kilowog is going to be in it because
Okay,
if this is based on Earth One, Kilowog in
okay.
the first volume he plays a significant role. So I mean, if they're loosely taking ideas from that, then
I
maybe.
I don't
Uh,
think. And I went to Ewan McGregor. We already know he was in DC before,
yeah, he was
but
Black
that's
Mask, but that
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, that one. I mean, all the lists that they've showed so far, I'm leaning toward either Matthew McConaughey, which probably is a massive stretch, but um, Timothy Oliphant is also rumored. I think that's also pretty good
Hmm.
because I know a lot of people are like they don't like an older Hall Jordan, but once the
I
premise was told to us, I thought that was the
I
assumption
don't mind
on
older Hal
most
Jordan. I just
people.
want his personality to be like. how like what we're used to.
I
Like
don't
DC.
think it's going to be what we're used to. If this is based on,
Oh,
I have to like reiterate this every time we talk about the show. This is going to take uh, my guess again based on what they said. I don't think this is going to be classic Green Lantern. This is going to be more in
uh,
line with Earth One, which that one was already a that comic. The two comics are a big departure of what Green Lantern is, but at the same time, it's still Green Lantern. So, I mean, if they want to continue or if they want to do famous
see,
Green Lantern stories, you can, but they would have to be more
see,
grounded.
that's see, that's the thing. That's an issue here. Um, DC fans might not want to go with that role. They might want that the classic Green Lanterns
I
look.
don't
'Cause,
think it matter. I don't think
I
DC
mean,
fans really matter, to be honest. No offense.
that's the. I mean, that was the issue at the Snyderverse at
Because
times.
the problem is with Green Lantern is the original Green Lantern movie didn't do well, and that's the reason why we never got a Green Lantern movie is because the whole concept of it was too goofy, and
Well,
general audiences didn't like it. I think the Earth One Green
have
Lantern
you
comic is a better
have you seen
approach to Green
have
Lantern
you seen
for
Hal Jordan in the
movies.
animated movies in the New 52? He's always been annoying.
Yeah, I mean, but
Plus,
I personally think the movie didn't do well, and that's the reason why we haven't got Green
that's the
Lantern,
reason why Ryan Reynolds
and
is
they don't know
Deadpool.
how to
Okay.
adapt. Yeah, that's we don't.
Well,
They don't know how to adapt Green Lantern, and so they found their answer. But the thing is, the people who want first off, by the way, the people.
sorry, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, people are gonna want what they want, but in my opinion, I just would rather them make better creative choices that make this work instead of it being let's just do exactly what was in the comic
See,
because not everything that is exactly in the comic is going to translate to screen. Like, how are you going to have a young Hall Jordan who is now training John Stewart? That doesn't work. And on top of that, too, that's not even the trope that they're going for. It's supposed to be a older detective, like kind of like
I know he's taking out John
what do you
Stronger's
call
ring.
it? What's that movie with Mel Gibson. What Lethal Weapon? It's like Lethal Weapon, right? It's a trope. It's like you got the old cop training the
Well,
rookie. That's what the premise of the story is.
Lethal
So it
Weapon.
makes
No,
sense.
no, no. He wasn't a rookie though.
But you know,
No.
you know what I'm saying though.
Are
My
he
mistake.
really?
But
Was he
you know
really
what I'm
training?
saying.
Was he really younger? Mel Gibson wasn't that much younger than
No,
Don.
but the point is there's a
I
trope of the
maybe.
old seasoned
Yeah, the
veteran
season.
training
This.
the
Well,
rookie.
that's actually real life though. That actually
Yeah,
fit.
but
This
I
is.
mean it is a
Yeah,
trope.
it
That's
is a
why
trope.
I just thought of Lethal Weapon because it's like there's you got the Danny, what's his name?
It is a trope, but it's a real life kind of trope though.
Yeah, and it works here because first off, one in the Earth One storyline, John Stewart doesn't show up until the second comic. The first
Hmm.
comic is like a mystery, and it's basically saying that hey, the Green Lanterns actually disappeared, and it was because of the Guardians. They were like, okay, we're gonna snuff them out, so they created the Manhunters. They pretty much exterminated all the Green Lanterns to the point where no one in the universe really knew what a Green Lantern was, and it was buried with people who were passed the ring from generation to
Hmm.
generation. And Kilowog is the one who is one of these people who, yeah, his like great grandfather or whatever it was gave him the ring, but it's never really functioned at its full capacity. And Hall Jordan in the story finds the ring while they're because
See,
he's an astronaut in the story. So I don't know if that's going to be something they put
yeah,
in the show,
I
but
think I think Matthew McConaughey is the best choice for Hal Jordan.
well, yeah, I mean, I told you this, based on the premise of what they're going
Yeah,
for, it seems like he's like the ideal choice, right? Because the show's based on True Detective. He was in True Detective.
the
The
first
comic
season. Yeah,
is very like uh space oriented. It's very interstellar in
and
terms of it being grounded. So it's like, why
I
not just go
think
with Matthew McConaughey?
I think unlike my criticism with Josh Brolin, I think unlike Josh Brolin, I think he could play, and I think he could do a mix. He's very
Yeah,
versatile with Matthew McConaughey. He could be charming and he could be threatening too.
right.
I mean, right? And he could be in that smile, and he could be funny too. I think he works perfectly for Hal Jordan, and I just like I think he has the perfect like Chris Pine has that too a little bit, but I haven't seen Chris Pine in a villain role or a threatening role. I haven't seen Chris Pine really.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot
He
of people
looks
are
like
saying,
him.
are they gonna do Hal Jordan as a villain? I mean, that could be possible, but I
Oh,
don't
if
think
he's
that's gonna be right
Parallax,
now.
oof.
I don't think that's
Listen,
gonna happen right now
oh,
because that
that's too
that
early.
takes a lot of that takes a lot of explaining and
Oh,
lore to really understand that.
mm,
Because it's I mean I'm still excited for the show, and honestly I don't really care, personally speaking, obviously, for that he's an older character. I assumed it was going to be an older character because it kind of makes sense, because there's already been, if we're
well,
getting a Green Lantern in Superman, that means the
well,
Green Lantern happened for quite
Batman is
some time.
supposedly older too, so it kind of makes sense in the timeline of their right.
Yeah,
Like,
but and then all of a
mm,
sudden too, like, people were okay with Ben Affleck being older, but with this universe, it's like everybody has to be younger, but it's a universe where
well,
everybody's already established. So does that
yeah,
even make
yeah,
sense?
That's I think that's what people forgetting. This is not Marvel where a lot of people get an origin or beginning. This is
Right.
already established. Maybe some characters might get an origin, but lesser characters, not like the more well known ones.
Yeah, and I also don't think Hall Jordan is really gonna stay around anyway. Like, it's really, I think they're
It's
gonna
gonna be
really
John
focus
Stewart.
on John Stewart because he's the more. And this was also something that people were talking about back when the original movie came out, was people weren't familiar with Hall Jordan. They were familiar with John Stewart because of the cartoon, which meant that that cartoon was way more mainstream than Warner Brothers had realized, because in reality, the movie should have been about Jon Stewart, not Hal Jordan, if it was gonna be
Yeah,
somewhat successful.
he is
So,
gonna stay conservative to please fans. That's true. Well,
yeah, I mean, he is, but at the same time, I also feel like he is gonna do what he does normally, which is he sticks with the source material, but he changes his up to a degree where you almost forget that's not in the comic. And I'm sure that's what this Lantern show is going to be about. Again, after reading, like, I feel like people should read the Lanterns Earth One storyline. Like, forget about all the Green Lantern comics that came before.
no,
Read that story, and you'll have an understanding of, okay, now I understand where they're potentially going with this, because this is a radically
uh,
different take on the character and the lore.
okay. With Chris Pine, this has actually been a fan casting. There's people
Yeah.
been fan casting this for a while. As Hal Jordan. Uh,
Yes.
so this is not like sometimes fan casting studios do actually look at.
I
It's not because of
mean,
the
David Cornsett was a fan cast.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that one was a safe fan cast.
There is
I mean,
there
well,
is a there is a rumor out there, and we'll get to see more James Gunn. It's not Green Lantern stuff, but there's a rumor that Chris Pratt and Joy Zoe Saldana are talking to James Gunn, possibly joining DC. This I just
right.
read on threads. But this is a fan casting. Um, it's like, look, here's the thing. I don't believe Jason Momoa is coming back as Lobo, but if he does get
Or
cast
you mean
as
he's
how,
gonna get Lobo?
yeah, I don't believe that for a second. But if Chris Pine does get cast as Hal Jordan, then my belief on Jason Momoa being Lobo I actually might start believing that.
Well, I think at this point they're going to, if someone was from the previous DC universe that fit a character better, I
Yeah,
think they're just gonna cast them. Like Steve Trevor, in all honesty,
big gun. Yeah.
we he would have been in a Wonder Woman 3, and then that's it. So,
And he's a
I mean,
good
this
Steve Trevor.
yeah, I mean, personally though, he's at the bottom of my list because, yeah, everybody has said he should play Hall Jordan. He is more age appropriate for this version that they're
They're
going
all over
for, which
40.
might
So
be
every actor I have
interesting.
here, every actor that's been rumored the past 2 days or past 2 or 3 days, it's all over 40.
Right.
All, all over 40.
Like, I don't like, if it does come out that Josh Brolin is officially Hall Jordan, like, I'm not gonna be upset. I think it's decent casting, and I mean, he is coming off of a show that just got canceled, so it
What
would
show
kind
is
of make
that?
sense. The Outer Range, Outer Range.
What studio is that?
It was Amazon. It's like a space kind of a show,
Uh,
like a western. I don't really know too much about it,
uh,
but I seen it on Amazon, and I seen people complaining like, "Oh, it was like a mystery box and it didn't lead it to anywhere, and then the show got canceled." So,
Okay.
but again, it's like a very similar show, right, compared to
Tim,
Lanterns.
Timothy Oliphant. I think he'd be a good choice too,
Yeah. The
because he
only
could
problem here, even though this is like my second favorite, is I don't think he's a big enough name compared to
not
everybody
compared to
else.
the other four, but he's well
Yeah.
known. But like you've seen him, you've seen him in a lot of other stuff over the years. But he's not big as the other four. The other four have like huge, huge,
Yeah.
bigger
I
stars.
mean, yeah, I mean, he's been around for a long time, but he just doesn't have the
The
name of
star
like
power of the other
Josh
four.
Brolin or
No,
Matthew
no,
McConaughey or
no.
even Ian McGregor.
The
So yeah,
thing why I don't think this is, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm the thing. I don't. Well, my opinion why I don't think this is he would get cast. I don't know what's up with his Star Wars character because
I don't
is
even
he
think that matters. I don't
is
even
he in
think
the
that
is
matters.
he in the Mando movie? Is he gonna be part of the Mando movie? Is he gonna be Mando season
If he
4?
is, we won't know for a very long
Is he?
time because they said they're gonna stop filming this
Did you
around the end of next year.
did
So
you
who knows?
hear? Did you hear like Ahsoka season 2? The actress basically confirmed Ahsoka is gonna have a season 2, but it can be 3 years after. No, no,
It's gonna be
it's
a
gonna be
while.
after Mando Grogu.
Yeah, I mean, there is a rumor that they're actually putting a pause on Star Wars shows, so we won't see any
Yeah,
for quite some time.
thing is, say they're not doing the pause, but they're doing the show in 2026 or something, like late 2026. Say they start filming in 2025 and they're doing the show late 2026 after Mando Grogu. Would it be any interest in the Ahsoka season 2? I don't know. I'm not 4 years
I mean, I
between
don't think
shows.
it really matters all that much
It's,
because I mean, when you look at the numbers, Ahsoka was still pretty niche. Ahsoka was above Andor, but it was still below the biggest three shows. So
yeah,
I don't think it matters all that much. And on top of that too, it's going to happen regardless because it is Dave Filoni. So it's like they're gonna do it regardless, right?
yeah. It's just I think there could be on. I think you're right about Star Wars to be on pause just because of the Mando Grogu movie.
Yeah,
That's the
there's a lot of rumors
yeah
going around now from like actual credited people saying that Star Wars is going to take a TV break
yeah.
and they're not really sure about the movie or whatever that Ray movie
They're going
is.
to
They're
focus on
not
the
like
movies.
sure about that.
I think they're going to focus more on the movies and
To be
then
honest, I don't. I think the only movie they're gonna focus on is what is already
Ma-
announced, Mando.
Mando.
That's
Well,
it.
they've announced like 4 movies in the past year and a
Yeah,
half.
but I don't know. But I mean, the way some people are talking, I mean, these are people who were like hardcore defenders, and all of a sudden now they're saying
See,
it's
Disney's.
done.
I know Disney's best shows are not. It's not Marvel
But
or
Marvel still
or
has
Star
quite a
Wars.
lot, though. So I mean, next year, well, if you think about it, next year we're still
The
getting Daredevil, Ironheart,
do you count?
and what was another one?
I think one. No, I don't think we're getting
Not
three
Wonder
shows.
Man. We're not getting Wonder
I
Man.
think they're doing 2 shows for Marvel a
I
year,
think they're
right?
doing yeah, because they're
Wonder Man,
also
Avengers
still talking
Crash,
about Avengers, not Avengers, Vision.
Visions Crash is 2026.
Yeah,
They're
so
busy now.
Wonder
They're
Man
busy for
and
Vision
so
2026. Yeah.
I just think they're slowing up their input, but I don't I
Well, they haven't announced any new shows for
if
Marvel.
they really want it, the thing is like unless they again if like I said with the Acolyte, but this time if they are going to announce a new Disney show, it would probably be at Star Wars Celebration. But even if that's the case, that doesn't
April.
mean it's going to come out within the next 4 years. The
Agreed.
Acolyte was announced in 2020, and we're only now getting it. So I don't know. I don't know even know what the hell's going on with Star Wars, but I got to be honest, I don't really care. I only care about Andor, and I'll see the Mando movie. But as of right now, I think Star Wars is an absolute mess.
And
The fans are erratic
the
and crazy on both sides, so I don't really care
thing
what's
is,
going on.
Disney shows that are actually good are not Marvel or Star Wars. Like only Murder in the Build the Martin Short Steve Martin Selena show Selena Gomez
Yeah,
movie show is so good. I don't. I guess it's considered Disney, but it's like more Hulu.
yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
Hulu. I
Nova.
haven't really
Oh,
watched
Nova
it,
series.
but
Yeah, that's down the line.
yeah,
I think it's more.
The Nova series they said is like 3 4 years out, so that's gonna be a
And
long time.
there's a crazy rumor out there that they may actually cancel Armor Wars. like
Yeah, Daniel RPK said that in the
and
coming
Blade.
months
But
they're going to make a decision about those two movies. To be
but
honest, I don't know why they would cancel Armor Wars. I feel like,
mm,
I mean, would they cancel it because there's no Iron Man, but it's Iron Man related,
you know
so
what?
I don't see why they would cancel it. Like
Yeah. Also,
Blade though needs to get canceled for sure.
well, the guy who the Brand Winterbaum said Blade is still pretty much alive. He kind of said in the
Well, did
recent.
you see some
He
weird
implied
thing?
it.
People were saying that the director who was fired from Blade was actually still attached to the movie.
Did he
That
hear?
wasn't true.
Oh, you want to hear something ridiculous that came out today? Bill DeMail.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
I'm not
my!
even gonna talk about. I didn't. I was kind of. I mean, at this point, I was kind of curious to subscribe to see what he actually said, but at the same time, I don't want to see no like nude photos of this man,
So
right?
good, Degrassi. But
But
the reason why he said he got Marvel fired, I'm like, no, Marvel Studios is not homophobic.
yeah, but I don't know. I kind of want. I
He
This is not. This is gonna be some never-ending story with this guy. So
so I don't know if you guys know, but Bill DeMail came out today. Remember the allegations about why Marvel fired him? So he came out today and
yeah,
he blamed Marvel Studios for firing because oh they fired him because
yeah.
he's
Which
gay because he's gay, which is
I mean,
bullshit.
I mean, if you're going to say the thing is, he has a lawyer, and the lawyer's going to say we can't comment on all these like allegations or what was done. Right? We can only throw out our own allegations, I guess. But that's why
Oh
it's
my!
like, I mean, Marvel. I mean, the only we only know about the stuff he did through, Jeff Snyder, which I mean, the stuff that was there, if that is true, that is pretty damning. And at the same time, the stuff that was also in that report wasn't really crazy. It's like if you've seen this guy on social media, it's
Yeah,
like reading this and you're like, oh,
but
yeah, that's actually not surprising
I
that
know
he
you're
did
not a
any
fan
of
of
this.
Witcher. I know you're not a fan of the Witcher show, but he worked on. He
He
was
was
fired from the
fired
show.
for the similar reason, they said
Okay,
in the article.
so yeah, boy, like
So
he's not
I'm I mean
he's
I don't know, the accusation that is going around,
he's not getting work
it's
again.
not like, "Oh my god, this
Um,
guy did some," he excuse me, but he pinned up some
and
dude on the wall and it was nothing like that.
this
It was
guy's career
like
is done, man.
it
This
was
guy's career is done.
literally he was telling either the storyboard team, "Hey, look at these, like, images of me posing that were sexual in
Oh my
nature,"
god.
and like to use it for references in the
Yeah.
show. He was also kind of like doing it to assistants. So it's like, to be honest, like even if he didn't mean anything from it, right? And he just thought that this was okay,
Oh,
even though that's kind of weird.
he's being naive, ignorant.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like
bro.
he literally does that on social media. He literally posts himself
This,
shirtless and all these sexual positions. Like, so it's like, okay, like if that's the accusation
did
against you, like that's
the
I'm
Netflix
afraid to say, but that's, believable in my
the net
opinion.
the Marvel Studios when they hired this guy, did they ever thought of asking Netflix why they let him go?
Well, that's what well, I mean, if
The
you
vet,
remember in that article, it
the
says
vet.
that they
Oh my
didn't vet
god,
him. The Marvel executive, what was his
usually
name?
Winterbaum.
Brad Winderbaum?
Yeah, Degrassi. If you want to come on, I
Yeah.
sent you a link, Degrassi, if you want to. He's
Yeah,
back.
Brad Winderbaum didn't do his, due diligence, and he messed up, so that's on Marvel too for hiring him, and I'm sure the reason why they don't wanna I said this on stream, I don't remember how long ago it was. It was, like, maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, but the reason why Marvel probably staying shut is because we're not talking about this, is because they would also get in trouble too. So that's the reason why they are
Hmm.
not saying anything. Because then you're like, well, if you knew that this is what he was doing at a previous employer, why did you hire him?
Usually that stuff gets around in Hollywood. Like,
Yeah, but the
really?
thing is, when you're on a writer's room, it's
Yeah.
not really the same. Like we're if you're a major celebrity, yeah, it will get around. People will talk about it. But if you're like, I don't know, some random writer in a writer's room, I mean, like if you were fired in one place and no one says anything to all these other studios, which again, it really depends, right?
Hmm.
But I could see why this guy slipped through the cracks. It's like who's really going to be looking out and stuff. Marvel is the one who should have been like, we're
Yeah,
going to go
Marvel
to
looks
your
bad.
previous. Okay, you worked at The Witcher. We're going to go talk to the people at The Witcher to see, were
Yes.
you compatible
Why
with
were you
this
let
and that.
go? Why did they let you
Yeah,
go? And you could have
that's what
lied.
they should have done.
I
Yeah.
mean, on a job, when you get interviewed for a job, right? They ask you about your previous job.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
but the thing is it's not even a just a good employer would do their research.
due to
They're
the
not just going to
yes.
take your word,
And
right?
now I'm
Because
pretty
you
sure
might be a piece of shit.
I'm sure this guy is done though.
I don't know. I wouldn't say he's done, but he did make such a spectacle
He
of
made
this
it worse.
bullshit. So he made it worse because yeah, they did give like the thing is like what he's being accused of. The fact that Marvel didn't say it, I think, was them trying to say, "Hey, we gave you a out, so you could at least
Hmm.
have another job. You could still work in the town, but smarten up, right? Don't do this because it's not acceptable. It's not that he is uh I mean I don't know. Would you say this is sex pest behavior? I guess it is very
Yeah.
sex pest in my opinion because it's like maybe you're not saying it explicitly, but you showing up and being like, "Hey, check out my this sexual pose of me in a basically almost a thong posing shirtless." It's like, yeah, most people are not going to be comfortable with that, right? Because it's like, what is the implication of that? So
Hmm.
I don't know. The guy just sounds like a bit of a
He's
narcissist. He just wants to make sure everybody hears his side of the story.
and
He
then
also has a band of people he can count on. So don't, yeah.
he's trying to say he wants to make Marvel look bad because they fired him because it was gay. What?
Yeah, that's just I don't know. We'll see again. Maybe that claim that was put out there because again, it was a claim. There's no Marvel themselves didn't say this. They didn't come out there with proof or anything. It was Jeff Snyder who investigated this and said all this stuff. So
Yeah,
maybe
the thing is,
maybe it's not true, right? But
Okay. Did Jeff Snyder say in an article that he talked to people that told him
yeah,
about
he
this?
did. He talked to multiple people,
Okay,
and then he wrote he
anonymously,
wrote the
obviously.
article.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
anonymously.
I mean he didn't name anyone. He didn't
Did
say specifically.
did
He
Marvel
just yeah.
already know, or it was swept under the rug for some?
Marvel did their own investigation, and that's why they said egregious because
Okay,
basically they had enough evidence to say the things that you were the things that you are accused of. We found not just one instance, but we found multiple instances of this happening, and that's why it's egregious. So he was doing this consistently, constantly to people. So you know, some people I feel like I don't know, maybe this guy was potentially fired because he's gay and he's going to keep fighting this battle, but at the same time it's like I if you are accused of those things and you keep going to war for this, I mean, this is going to look bad. This is going to look really bad and you might have well just have shut your mouth if you really wanted to
yeah.
continue this. I mean, yeah, you're not going to work at Marvel cuz they know what you did,
Look at
but
Gina Carano, man. Look what she's done. Like,
even in my opinion, and I know this is maybe controversial, but what he did versus Gino Carano is like honestly, Gino Carano should have probably got
he
a
did
slap
worse
on the wrist. Yeah, he did
compared to
something way
this.
worse. Yeah, compared to which, yeah, she said some really
It was
dumbass shit where it's like, why the hell would you say this? And it's just like caused so many problems. And now it's like, you know, and they told her not to say it, and yet she did say it anyway.
yeah, she
But
did.
like
That's
here, you got someone who's harassing people in the workplace, making them feel uncomfortable. And yeah, I mean, yeah, no one wants to be treated like that in the workplace, right? So
nope.
I don't know why. I don't know. This guy, he just sounds again like the way he's like trying to gain sympathy from the fans and also to the fans who are like on his side without questioning or being skeptical. Like some of
Stupid.
these people I always like gotta be like, why do you put your shoe in your mouth? Like, why do you do this consistently where you're defending people and then it comes out, oh, this
He did
person
that.
the all the accusations is true. Like, why
You did
do
that.
that?
You talked about the last time when we talked about the subject. The day after.
Yeah,
Remember?
I don't know. Just like be skeptical. Be say, hey, I don't know all the facts. Again, I'll say it too. I don't know all the facts. Maybe the claims against him are not true, and what he's saying is correct. I don't know the situation. I'm not part of the situation. I can only read based on the information that I'm going off of, and that's it. That's how most of us have to operate in the world. But don't make these fucking giant like. I'm gonna make a definitive, objective stance on this before more
If
evidence
he's
comes
getting
out.
a
You know what I
lawyer,
mean? Like,
take, if you're getting a lawyer,
well, he's
shut
getting a
up.
lawyer. Yeah,
Just
if he is getting a lawyer, he should shut up, but he's not
yeah.
going to, right?
Then he's gonna cut. Then he's gonna sabotage whatever case he has even more.
Well, like I said, he's a narcissist. He wants to focus on
Oh,
himself. He wants to gain a following, and he's trying to use what he did on the show. And also, too, because I was saying this back when the show was airing, like, man, I wish they didn't fire him. But now knowing what he may have potentially done, I also feel like just because the show is good doesn't mean the show won't be good without him. Because I feel like some people are attributing the show and its success just
no, it doesn't take not just one
him.
writer, not
Yeah,
just
it's
one
not
writer.
it's not one writer, it's not one showrunner. It's like the people involved, all of them who are
Yeah,
contributing. And if the show does somehow take a step in quality, I mean, yeah, I don't know what I would say, but maybe he did add something to the show that was potentially needed. But that has yet to be seen, and who really knows? The show could still be really good going forward. So I don't know. I just a lot of these stories are always tricky and weird to navigate anyway. So yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just weird. Where were we? Yeah, the Green Lantern stuff. So you tell me, you
DC
told me.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
There are some other DC rumors. There's
yeah. Go ahead.
I'll pull up the subreddit because yeah, there's quite a. But I am like it seems like with this new DC and the casting, like people are they're like, oh, Kumail Nanjiani is now playing Booster Gold, and they don't like that. Now it's like Josh Brolin, they don't like this too. But it's like, can we at least wait and see? Like, maybe sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm not. That wasn't my ideal choice to play the character, but that doesn't mean they can't be a good choice, right? Let's actually wait and see, right? Because I wasn't a big fan of David Cornsweet as Superman. I thought it was kind of generic. It's like, okay, yeah, he looks like Superman. I guess that makes sense,
Just a
right?
jerk guy that looks like Superman. You're
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah, you're Superman, right? But like, I was thinking, hey, maybe they would go for a more inspiring choice, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, Superman has always been cast as not inspiring, like not the biggest actor, well-known actor, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
always been
fair.
a kind of up and coming, right? Superman, right? Christopher Reeves, Brandon Ralph, even Henry Cavill, right? Henry
Right.
Cavill has done some big stuff before. It just wasn't as Superman got to the next level, obviously. I've been watching it. Oh, thank you so
So
much.
so the rumor that was like going around recently was that they're going to make a Sergeant Rock movie,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
which yeah, I'm looking at here, but I didn't know this, but apparently there was at one point in time Tarantino almost made a Sergeant Rock movie. So
Oh,
I'm just seeing this video
that's
right now. I
that's
never
the
knew that.
director. What's his name? Luca. What's his name? He knows. I
Yeah,
know the
Luke,
director.
I can't pronounce his last name, but let's go I'll put it through see the pronunciation.
You don't know who Sergeant Walk is? I'm surprised you're doing Sergeant Walk. Like,
Guidanio?
yeah. What's his name? Lewis. Is it Lewis?
Guidanio.
Louise, right? Is it Lewis or Louis?
Luca. His first
Luca.
name's Luca Di
Oh, shut up, Red.
it's Italian. Guidanio.
A Sergeant Walk movie.
Guidanio. That's how you say it. I butchered the hell out of that, but yeah, let me so what so he did Call Me by Your Name, Challengers. Yeah, he's a well-known director, yeah. And he did what's
I
that movie
did.
called? That remake of that horror movie. Um, I mean, he has a pretty interesting filmography, that's for sure. I didn't see Challengers though. Challengers is just, I to be honest, I haven't really seen any of his films. I wanted to see that remake,
Nearby.
Suspiria. Suspiria. I wanted
Hmm.
to see that movie, but I never did. That came out like 2018. But because he's Italian, so it's like it's Italian horror movie from the 80s, or was it the 80s? It was like 80s ish, right? It inspired what's that Italian horror genre? I forget. Degrassi, if he's there, he'll put in the comments. I'm blanking on the term, but it inspired the slasher movies, the American slasher movies. So, but anyway, the point is, I think this is an interesting choice though. Sergeant Rock. I'm not too familiar with the character. I know of the character, just I've
Hmm.
never read him. He is kind of like a. I mean, it kind of makes sense, at least in theory, because they are doing Creature Commandos, and I don't know if he's ever associated with those characters, but he is involved with like more horror aspects.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like okay, a war horror movie. I think that sounds cool. I'm not sure if anybody remembers this movie that was supposed to actually be in the Cloverfield universe, but the last Cloverfield movie bombed, so they had to change the name. I forget what it was called, but it was like a soldier who was dropped into Germany in World War II, and he was discovering that the Nazis were experimenting on people, and they were creating these like zombies or whatever. It was actually a cool film. I actually liked it. I can't remember the name though. It came out in 2018, but let me look it up.
I just don't see how Sergeant Walk benefits DCU. The current, like,
I don't see it benefiting anything. I just think they're trying to make movies that are more Overlord. That's what it's called. Overlord. Yeah.
Overlord, the Cloverfield. Yeah.
Yeah, Overlord. Yeah, it was actually a pretty decent movie. Like if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's pretty interesting. Who's also in that movie? I want to say hold on. Oh, why Riot God
Wyatt
damn.
Russell,
Yeah, he was in it. He was in it.
Kurt Russell's son.
Um yeah, Kurt Russell's son was in it. Joseph Quinn was in it. I don't even remember him
Really?
in the movie. Yeah, that was like super early into his career. But
Well,
because
yeah.
now
Nobody
he's
knew he
taken
was.
off. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things made him a huge star.
Yeah, I don't remember him in the movie. I guess he
He
was like
might
a
be.
soldier or something.
He might be the biggest star coming out of that show. I mean, they got David Harbour, but like, and we don't know
Yeah.
why he's been around for a while. But like, Joseph Quinn, like Gladiator and Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Who directed
Eric
Overlord?
Wyatt Russell. Oh yeah, yeah. Not Wyatt Russell didn't direct him. I mean, he's in it.
Okay, the director, he's just been doing slop.
I like.
Slop.
I
I don't
like.
know what this guy's been doing. The Pope's Actresses, holy shit. Samaritan, like, oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
The Pope Exorcist. Yeah, that's a rumor. Yeah, Sergeant Rock. I saw that.
I don't know, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's my type of again, I'm not familiar with the character, but um premise wise for a movie sounds pretty cool. I might even
Did,
check out the comics or whatever comics he's appeared in just to like prepare myself. But yeah. What else do we have here? There was something else I feel like. Um
Henry Cavill fans shot hypocrisy at TCU. What? Oh, I don't know.
I guess not. I guess there wasn't. I mean, there's some other DC stuff going on, but not DCU related.
There is Batman stuff. Also, like I saw that video that yesterday I gave to you. I showed you. Gave to you on Discord. They think Timothée Chalamet is going to be Robin, Nightwing. Like,
I don't know about that. I mean, he said unless I mean, yeah, he changed his mind, but I thought he made it clear he wouldn't want to play superhero.
But he kind of, I mean, he's not technically playing a superhero, but kind of is kind of doing something a little similar as his character in Dune. But Doom Messiah is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah.
So
I
um,
mean, it would have. Well, it's gonna be the last one with his character.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they, I don't know if they would want to adapt all the other ones because they start turning into nonsense. But the third one is also a bit of nonsense, or not the third one, but the second book is a bit of
Hmm.
a. I mean, it's not. It's interesting if they could get it right. Like I think plot wise, it makes sense, but it's like the way it's told in the book sounds like nonsense to me. So I'm curious to see how they do that. Um, I don't
I
know. There really isn't much stuff in
uh,
the DCU though.
there is DC. I mean, there is DC stuff.
Yeah, there is,
Uh,
especially with Joker too.
Joker two.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
clip
actually. I've been busy today, so I didn't actually see the critic score.
was 59% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, so that's like a bit lower compared to the first one.
From what I
Where's
read,
Rotten
there's
Tomatoes?
mixed reaction.
Yeah, it's. I heard. I mean, I heard IGN gave it. Oh well, it's at a 60 now, so it's
Okay,
probably
so
gonna drop. It's probably gonna drop when
this
the reviews come because
the thing
this
is,
was this at Cannes? Was it
Venice.
Venice? Sorry, Kansas, Venice. Yeah, Venice is like in September, but
Yeah, but the big ones next. The big ones tomorrow. The big film festival. But Joker's not at TIFF though. Joker's not showing at TIFF.
no, Joker. Yeah,
They don't. DC doesn't. DC, we don't
I
get
don't
the
even know
franchise.
what
They
is
never
at
show.
TIFF.
They never show franchise movies at TIFF.
No, they do. They do. We
They,
got Halloween, the first Halloween
I mean, like
reboot.
but DC and Marvel, they Star Wars, like those.
Yeah,
They
because they don't go to they don't even go to
yeah. Joker does apparently.
uh, festivals. May have been one time something like I can't remember what it
TIFF
was, but
TIFF is designed for movies that they think is gonna be
yeah, it's
well received
award
movies or award show
war,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what TIFF is designed for. Okay, it's not meant
But
for me. It's not a big
they
spectacle.
do show franchise movies at TIFF though from time to time.
Yeah.
Halloween, Doom Part 1 was at TIFF. There
Oh, Doom.
was yeah, Doom Part 1. Yeah, I tried to go and it was sold out immediately. I can never get into TIFF because it's like the queue you gotta wait up to takes fucking forever. Most of the movies that I want to see, it's like everybody wants to see them, so it's like fuck, you can't get in. They do have press screenings, but again, it's only for press, so it's like why even put up the ticket sale if it's only for press? I don't understand that. But I don't know. I never get into TIFF. I do want to go one time, but it has to be a movie I actually want to
The thing
see.
is, you have to pay for. You have to use Ticketmaster, man, for TIFF.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a mess. But I mean, the TIFF, if you went to the, I'm not sure if you've ever been to the Lightbox Theater at
No,
TIFF. It's a very good theater. I saw Uncut Gems there, and it was a nice
did you
show.
watch with the stars or no? Just with
No, it
people.
was just a packed audience, and everybody was like into the movie, so it was pretty
They only
cool.
go. The stars only go for the premiere, right? The premiere is not with the audience, is it? Or is it the
No,
press? Is it the press?
well, at TIFF, sometimes if it's like a premiere, it's a mix.
Oh,
But sometimes they only have press. Sometimes it's like whatever everybody can get in. Sometimes what was it? Uh, I mean, sometimes they may show like you can get into like a screening where it's like they have a surprise or something. Like
hmm,
the cast members will come out and talk afterward, like Q&A afterward. And or you could sign, or you could actually just buy tickets for Q&As with like actors and directors. But
yeah, they have that. They have
yeah,
that. I think they're doing that with Kate Blanchett this year and Zoe Saldana to
Kate
act.
Blanchett. Oh my god,
Yeah, she got Grace
Borderlands.
ticket. Oh no, that's probably banned. But can't ask about Borderlands. It's probably
Yeah,
banned. Banned. Banned.
Borderlands has now been cursed officially.
Man, if I were to Zoe Saldana, I probably would ask her. Ask her. DC moving to DC? James Gunn DC?
No man, I don't even think she. I mean, maybe she will sign up for another franchise and just
Hey,
move on.
hey, Catherine Hahn and the Billy Baxter actor John, is his name John Locke or whatever? They made a surprise appearance at Toronto Fan Expo, like in the last minute. Like
Oh,
their list they Fan Expo, they have like the name of the celebrities that are coming. They were like in the last week. I didn't even know until like a week ago. I'm like, oh my god! And
mm,
if I went, I would ask them. If I they had a Q&A, if I what I said, I'm really looking forward to. It was the penguin all along.
oh man.
Like have the DC and Marvel, DC and Marvel go at it. I like the contest. I mean, come on, DC and Marvel have friendly competition, man, right? Have the penguin
I
all
guess,
along.
but it always ends with people getting mad and shit and throwing a tantrum and bashing their heads, jumping
Let me
out through
tell you something.
windows.
The actresses that participate in Marvel don't give a damn.
Yeah, they don't give a damn. But at the same time, I'm only mentioning this because you brought this up, but wow, these actors do need to shut up though.
Oh
Like,
man,
they either need like
why
a PR team or something to just
John Locke?
rein
Oh
them
yeah,
in.
what? Why did he? Who asked him? What was the question
I don't
exactly?
even can we really say Marvel movies are they main appeal to white? No, it wasn't even appeal because it's like, okay, yeah, they do appeal to white straight men. Okay, yeah. But Marvel, it's not like they're not the only people seeing it though. And every time I
You
feel like
think?
some of these actors when they do mention this stuff, I always feel like they're kind of putting themselves at risk because nowadays it's like every time you mention this, it's going to be an article is going to be made about it. Then you got obviously the chuds are going to talk
Agatha,
about it. Then the people who are you know
look,
supportive of the show are going to now
look.
start a war with the chuds. So it's like,
Agatha is getting so much press, so much promotion. The Penguin isn't getting even close to it. I think
yeah.
I think Marvel is really, really desperate
Well, I
for
mean, it's
Agatha.
their
Where I don't think Warner Brothers is for Penguin.
it's
I
their
think
second show of the year, live action wise.
yeah.
So
I don't think they're fully confident in Agatha. Where Warner Brothers is fully confident in Penguin. That's why it's
right.
moving to Sundays. Sundays at 9 p.m. When Warner Brothers has a show on Max HBO at 9 p.m. on Sundays,
Well,
that's
because that's also on HBO. That's why too.
yeah. But usually when you have a show at 9 p.m. on HBO, right, on a Sunday, that
Mhm.
means that's your main attraction, your main show. Game of Thrones, Succession,
Right.
Last of Us. That's right. Well, Disney doesn't do that. Disney doesn't have a day where we must watch. It's usually Tuesday or Wednesday for Star Wars or um, or Marvel. But
Right.
Sunday, right? Sunday is for HBO is 9 p.m. Eastern time, our time, right? It's the night where HBO has the most confidence in the show. See, Penguin, they're promoting it. They are promoting it. I mean, I see it on commercials on my TV. The promoting
Mhm.
the Penguin for
I think
drinks.
they're going for the word of mouth approach. Well,
Yeah,
Agatha, I feel like they want as many people to watch those first two episodes, and then they're kind of forced to stick
that's what
with
I
it.
think it is. That's why I think Warner
Because yeah,
Brothers is a lot more
I mean,
confident in the show.
there. I mean, there's now some people saying Agatha's good. Like I mentioned before, the clown Meyer Burnett is now saying the show is surprisingly good, which I don't know. That sounds
Maybe it
like cap
is.
to me. That
But I
sounds like
don't think
straight cap for
but
me.
maybe it's a good show. But if they can do if they're gonna do the comparison between a DC and a Marvel show that come out at the same time, DC is going to be the more critically acclaimed show just
Yeah,
because of
I think Penguin is gonna have the better word of mouth, and I think overall
more nominations
there's
for
gonna be
awards.
more nominations, more eyes are gonna be on it because yeah,
And
it's gonna be a while until we get the Batman Part Two.
I think it
So
could be like that for most DC projects in Warner because it's a Warner Brothers.
yeah,
Like you have to understand, like people you have to understand, Warner Brothers has the potential for the DC stuff to be better than Marvel Studios just because it's Warner Brothers,
right.
especially the
I mean,
show
and going back to the Lantern show,
that
that's the
too.
reason why they want. I mean,
Yeah,
those types of actors that are up for Hall Jordan. The reason why they are doing that is because this is going to be a HBO Sunday show. So they want as many people to know about the show, to watch the
Daredevil.
show, and like it, right, and get involved with it because it is going to be a prestigious show based on the lineup that they have. I mean, the concept too is a high concept. So it's like, okay, you're adding in Green Lantern, but then there's this mystery involved. So I'm just really intrigued. I really want to see the show, but it's still going to be, 2 years away, unfortunately. But
Oh yeah,
when
yeah.
it
You
comes out, I can't
hey,
wait. I'm
Anthony, hey,
excited.
Anthony. Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I can't wait for DCU in general. Like, look. I'm questioning a little bit of James Gunn's decisions a little bit. Like, um, because he's not. He's. I'm not going to treat him like he's a perfect creator because he's not. There's no perfect
Yeah,
creator. And some of his ideas I don't exactly agree with, but I'm not going to shit on him like people a certain fandom will. I'm gonna let him do
right.
what he does. I'm judging for myself, like you will see it for yourself, right? When we see the stuff. Um, but yeah, with Agatha, I see it every single day. New stuff about Agatha, much less than the Penguin, much less than the
Mhm.
Penguin. To me, Warner Bros. Has huge confidence in the Penguin. Where I think Disney has confidence in the Agatha, but I think it's not. I think it's cautious optimism.
Yeah.
Where I don't think Crave has, where not Crave, where Warner Bros. Does they don't have cautious optimism. They have optimism, fully optimism.
Yeah, I mean the show. I mean, we'll see for both shows. I mean, things could change, but I mean, yeah, I think Penguin right now has, even though yeah, they're not saying much about it. I think it has the stronger or
Well, do
more
you?
potential to be better than Agatha, for
Yeah,
sure.
and look. I don't say anything threads or in X because there's a lot of Agatha stands, Wanda
Mhm.
stands. But if I said, but if I did say something, I'm gonna say
But we
I'll be
know now, again, we know now that some of these stands, they
yeah.
can be screaming their head off on the internet and let them scream, let them keep typing all these
And I can
tweets
and
per minute
I'll say the Penguin
because
show's gonna be better because
because it doesn't
Batman,
even matter what these stands say anymore because the stands are so they're a minority of people who
and
are it's like the chuds. It's like they're the opposite of the
here's
chuds.
the
They're a
thing.
minority who don't come out to watch the stuff and therefore the shit bombs.
Here's the thing. Too blinded. Agatha, one of the very popular, right? Very popular characters. I mean, right? They have the stands, like, right. You're right. You're right. But this is Batman we're talking about. And yeah, you
Yeah.
said Batman's not going to be in, but this is still
Yeah,
Batman
but it's
property.
I don't even we already said
Yeah,
we don't even really believe what they were saying there because it
I
was
don't
sounded
believe
like
that. But even if he's
yeah,
not in it, he's still a Batman villain, a very
yes,
popular Batman villain too. I might add.
and it's coming off of a successful movie, so
Agatha is not even a top 10 villain in the
she's
comics that
not
people
even a
talk about.
top 20,
20.
top
And she is a
30.
villain again now. The new Agatha, she's a villain again.
Yeah. So I mean we'll see how this all plays out. I
I
mean
don't
to be
know. I
honest,
don't know about
for
Transformers.
Disney Plus shows, in terms of my excitement, of course, is Daredevil. I love Daredevil.
Yeah, yeah.
I would also say the Vision show has a very high potential for me because again, I do like Vision. I do kind of want to see what they do with them. I do like
I
the
do
comic as
like
well.
the head writer, the head showrunner, head writer. I did like Picard season 3
Okay.
because
I haven't watched I'm not too big into Star Trek,
it's
so
okay, but I did like that.
right. I
Like
know I know some people did like that third season,
what
but
do you
that's not the reason why I'm excited.
what do
I
you
just
think?
like Vision.
Like with if people are gonna do this Agatha versus Penguin stuff, why do you think the Joker made $1 billion the first one? Because it's
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, and that's why I say the this whole like people are coming out about the Joker and they're like, "Oh, it's got bad reviews." The first
the,
one didn't get good reviews. It still won an Oscar. It still won an Oscar, right, for
I
Joaquin
look
Phoenix,
if Penguin
and it made a billion.
if Joker wasn't, I think we all in agreement. If Joker wasn't called a Joker, it probably wouldn't make $1 billion.
No,
No, no.
and
I
I
think
think this one people are going to see it regardless.
Vision Quest is interesting. I think if the Penguin was a movie, I think people would go see it. I think Penguin. I don't think it would do well as a Joker movie because Joker's a lot more popular than
Yeah,
Penguin. But Penguin's a pretty popular Batman villain. I still think Penguin would do it. Like
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think it would be as big as the Joker, but
no, no.
I could see
Like I'm sorry.
potentially it doing
I'm
well.
sorry, Agatha fans. Like I'm not shitting on Agatha. I'm just being like
Yeah, the
Batman's bigger
Agatha
than Scarlet
fans
Witch
though
stuff.
are very like that's what I keep saying. They're very like small minority of the Marvel group that I'm just not a fan with because they are.
Wanda
I mean,
stands are
when you
unbearable.
yeah, they're like fucking nuts. They're fucking nuts in my opinion. So I mean, maybe the show is good. If that's the case, I mean, good for them, right? I'll watch the show too, but
Yeah, yeah,
again, I don't know. We'll see just in a few weeks, or not even a
yeah.
few weeks, right? So
Well, 2 weeks, I think.
yeah.
2 weeks from today. To today, because it's Wednesday. Today.
By the way, Grace, I did watch.
Oh,
This
I
is
didn't.
like totally different. I
I
did
don't want
watch Grace's Beetlejuice review. Um,
anything interesting.
it, yeah, it is pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting review, I would say. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so it's not like I can
Yeah, that's why I
comment
didn't
on
tackle
some
it
of the
because I
stuff.
haven't seen it.
But I mean, her thing is the movie is good, but she has a problem with the fact that the movie is about potentially harassment, sexual harassment.
You kind of fucked
And
that
she
up, though.
doesn't like that.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
it's
fucked.
funny though. I did mention that. I said, "Oh, it's kind of weird how, I was like, "Hey, how come no one talks about that Beetlejuice is a pedophile?" Right? And I mean, yeah, if you only watch the movie, here's the thing: if you only watch the movie, because she brings us up in the review, she's like, "Well, he was only trying to marry, what's
Lydia.
Lydia, right? Because he's trying to get into the real world, but that doesn't even really make
No, you
sense.
could get in the
That
real world if
didn't
you say
make
his
sense in
name.
the movie.
You have to say his
Yeah, he
name
was
three
already
times,
in
and
the real world.
yeah,
So
you have to say
I
his name 3 times, and
that
his name.
I even mentioned that. I don't because she says, "Oh, it was just to bring him into the real world," and I'm like, I don't think that's what it was. There was something
No,
else to it. It was either could stay in the real world, or there was some other catch to it. But it was still weird. It was still like an odd choice. And on top of that, too,
into kids.
even if that was not even if they didn't have that in the movie, you could still at least say that he is a sex pest because this guy was very sexual
I mean, he did
in
go.
terms
Didn't
of
he?
the
Didn't he create a? Didn't he, out of his mind,
yeah,
create
he
like a
created a
brothel?
script, yeah, a brothel. He was also hitting on what's
Or
her name consistently throughout the movie. Like he was trying to lure her away from the
Alex
wife,
Baldwin.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Baldwin. Yeah, yeah. He is.
So and I don't know, I'm kind of curious because yeah, I was like that is a weird part of his character that is also in the cartoon, and I said that in the cartoon, Lydia is say it
Yeah,
again.
Lydia. Yeah.
Lydia is 12, and he still tries to marry her.
Oh, I mean
Yeah,
that's the cartoon came first, right?
no, the cartoon came afterward, but yeah,
Good.
like
Yeah,
it,
at least they make sure that at least. I mean,
yeah. So
I guess since he's a ghost, I don't know. This is
and also
stupid.
too, she kind of I don't know if she recently saw the movie,
This,
but because I recently just saw
well,
Beetlejuice, I would say that even though it's a movie that it's like, oh yeah, I saw Beetlejuice as a kid, but
this
watching it now, I'm like, oh shit, this movie is way darker than I thought as a
it
kid.
is. It is. It
It's
is.
a really dark movie, like in terms of how the ghosts
It's
all died and like it doesn't tell you explicitly how they died, but you just being an adult and you know that
it's
people commit
it's
suicide, it's really dark.
it's not violent, but it's not violent
No, no,
dark.
no, no.
It's
It's
just
not
dark to
violent, but there is dark. There's
yeah,
allusions to dark things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I that's why I say I don't know if she saw that movie recently because it is a very dark movie if you are now adult and watching it and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of fucked up. So and also too, she also this was also interesting, and I'm curious to see how it plays out in the movie. But she said they do reference because remember there is a pedophile in this movie. There is one, like actual legitimately there is a pedophile in this movie, and
Really?
it's the dad.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
what's
his
his name?
father. He does die in it.
He's a pedophile. I
He's
mean, he
dead.
was arrested for,
The real,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, the real,
we all know,
Jeffrey
right?
Jones, yeah.
Cheese pizza. He was arrested for that. So
Ferris Bueller Day Off, the
he was
principal.
a yeah, and so for some, she says in the movie they do allude to him not once but multiple times in the movie. So I was like, oh, that's actually
They don't mention my name at least. I mean, oh,
no, no. She says they mention him consistently throughout the movie. That's what
oh
she
my
says in the
god.
review. So and they do it in a way where it's almost like according to her, acknowledges the fact that he is a
Real life.
PDF file.
Yeah, real life one.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious. I mean, the thing is, like, the movie is commentating on these things, so I'm curious to see how this all plays out. And I'm kind of like, when I heard that, I'm like, at least they kind of acknowledge the fact that, yeah, Beetlejuice is a PDF file, because yeah, he there's something wrong with the character. It's just we don't know him that well. We know he's a bad guy. That's the
I don't,
thing,
I
right?
don't think he's
So
necessarily a bad guy in this film. I think they might take him to a good guy.
I don't think so. Not what she says. She says that he's like, he's, again, similar to the first movie. He's in it, like, sprinkles a little bit of him,
Oh yeah,
but he's not like a main character. He's not like a character who's consistently in the movie. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff with Lydia and what she's going through in her adult life, or what potentially happened when she was a child. So I don't know. Again, I'm curious because it's like, I do like Beetlejuice. I like the world. It's very interesting, like the ghosts, and I want to see what they do with it. I wouldn't even mind a third movie because it does seem like this movie is going to be successful. So I mean, and
It's
Tim Burton,
you know
I
what the
haven't
third
really
movie.
been watching stuff
You know
from
what the
Tim
title of the
Burton.
third movie is gonna be called if you do one.
Yeah,
It's obvious.
Beetlejuice,
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
yeah. It's like it's the most obvious.
Ah, shit, he just appeared in my room. Fuck.
It's like the most obvious title for a film, right? For
Yeah.
a third movie. It's like, come on. It's,
I mean, I would be curious to see what they do exactly, though.
it's like we cannot get rid of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, they just. She also said that out of all the legacy sequels, it was by far the best one because they actually did have a story. It actually was commentating on something. And so I'm like, I can't. I mean, again, she liked the movie, but she was like, oh yeah, like, don't bring your kids to this. It's PG-13. Like, yeah, this is a pretty, like, dark movie and stuff like that. But the
Oh,
thing is, like, I think from an adult perspective, that may be the case, but it might go over kids' heads. You know what I mean? Like, the first movie is like that. It's 100% like that. That you can watch that as a
80,
kid,
80,
not realize anything what's going on, and then adulthood later you'll
80,
realize.
80s. No, this was after Indiana Jones, but 80s PG-13 movies were borderline R.
Yeah.
Okay? We're borderline rated R, man. Okay? They didn't have sex, they didn't have violence or anything like that, but
No, yeah.
the gore and stuff like that. But some of the stuff they said, some of the stuff and some of the stuff they showed, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I what else was there? There was I mean, I know this is not movie related, but I do have to bring this up
oh, so what
because
happened
this
today?
was, well, yesterday. What happened yesterday? Concord.
Oh, the video game.
This is absolutely insane. Concord, one of the
You
biggest flops in the video game
know what's gonna look
history.
really bad? The Amazon documentary
Well,
series.
it's not a documentary. It's
Oh,
literally the Secret Levels
sequel levels
is a
definitely.
anthology series where each episode is based on a game. So it's actually a story set within the game. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be, yeah. When I saw this news, I mean, this was the talk of the town. When this happened, this had
Well, how long has it
everybody.
been running? Like a week after
Uh,
release?
yeah, it was just a week. It was 9 days. Nine
Yo,
days after they closed the game. So they close the game. They're telling people to
yeah.
put in your order to get a refund. The game is
Wow.
going to stop working on Friday. So if you own the game, you're not going to be able to play it. If you don't get your refund, you're not going to. It's when you boot it up, it's just going to be a title screen. You can't play the game. So this is a disaster. This game was in development for 8 years. Okay, and 4 years ago, Sony bought the game and the studio, and this was supposed to be part of their live service efforts. I keep saying this, and I'll say this again: live services are killing the gaming industry, and I will not support them. I think
Agreed.
I'm not a fan of any
And
of these games.
they're all doing it.
They're
They're
all
all
doing it, and they're all killing. They're killing these companies. They're killing the goodwill that they have. Suicide Squad, perfect example of this. So many of these, like, again, they're chasing money, but this is like like, when is this shit gonna stop? That's what I want to know.
I, that's a good question.
When is this shit going to stop? Because it's not. I don't think it's like sure. There's ones that are popular, but one of the reasons I'll tell you why. One of the big reasons, even though I kind of wanted to play Fortnite because of the Marvel characters,
Oh,
but I couldn't bring myself to do it. But
do you
one of the
want
reasons why I personally don't play live service games is because there's a video that I watched that I found interesting about the psychology of these games and what they end up promoting. It is almost like a form of gambling, and I do not gamble. I'll
no, no,
never
no.
gamble in
Live
my life,
surface.
so
A lot of them. Well, a lot of it is gambling, right? You got
it
these.
is essential
It
gambling. Yeah,
is. You got these games. These live service games. You have to. To level up quicker. Pay this. Level up.
pay this, get this. It's not even just about that too. It's also about
Yeah.
skins. Fortnite. That's what I'm saying. Like I had that pull because I'm like,
Oh,
oh, the
again.
Marvel characters. You know what I mean? So it's like they want you to come in and buy these skins and buy it
The,
quickly.
mo-
FOMO. They do all these
the
tactics to
thing
get you
is,
in.
the Marvel game is coming out in December, right? It's gonna be free,
Mhm.
but they're probably gonna make you.
It's probably gonna
Make
have
it,
skins.
yeah, they're gonna get you. That's the thing with Fortnite, right? Fortnite's free, but
Yeah, how do they get you in? Battle
yeah,
passes, skins,
it's a mobile game.
emotes.
It's a mobile video game started this trend.
Yeah, I'm just not. And the thing is, this is also another thing too about Concord is this is a prime example of how if a game bombs, fails, they can
Mhm.
pull this immediately, right? And I mentioned this when Suicide was coming out because on the box it says, they're uh they don't have to give you the game offline when they decide to close shop.
Yeah,
And it says that right on the box, which is like pretty shocking they would put that there because they essentially that's telling you the game is not going to last in my opinion.
you know,
And it's a shame. It's a
you know.
shame.
Speaking of games slash movies, that Minecraft trailer, what the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, that too. I was the one saying, "Hey, this movie could make a billion." I don't know if it can make a billion now after that, but
You
you
know what
never
that looked
know.
like? You know what that looked like? It looked like a commercial for the next Minecraft game.
Yeah,
One minute of
it looked like a those
advertising.
Super Bowl trailers that are supposed to be like
Oh,
remember they did that one where it was like Edward Scissorhand with Timothy
oh
Chalamet.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Or
like
that.
corny and like
Remember you
yeah.
did that one with Thor or something like that with Chris Hemsworth. Was that
I
Chris?
can't remember that one,
No,
but
that was a video game. No, that was a video game show. Yeah, but that was just a bad trailer. Oh my god! Like,
yeah,
what the?
but it looks like a fake movie.
Yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, the director, as we talked about, he has that weird sense of humor, and that's why I was like, what the hell is Jason Momoa wearing? It's like, but that's the guy's sense of humor. So I wonder,
Mira.
yeah, I do wonder because I watched the trailer and I was like, it's weird, but I'm not like appalled by any of this. Like, I know a lot of people had a visceral reaction. They were like, this is really bad. And, it was all over the place. But for me, I'm more like, it's so weird. And like, it I mean, it is still Minecraft. It's still like identifiably Minecraft. It's just not what people were expecting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's the worst thing. Like the Borderlands trailer was the worst thing in my opinion. It was just like you could tell like there's nothing really there. Well, this is weird. You know what I mean? Like this is weird in a way where you're like, okay,
It
what
looks.
are you trying to do with this?
It looks like Aquaman was high and like this is a.
Yeah, like like I don't know, man.
You have like and that the girl from Wednesday and what's her name, Emma Myers. You have
Right.
you have the Danielle Brooks from
Yes.
Peacemaker. Jason Momoa. Like what the fuck
Jack Black was Steve like
is it? Jack Black is starting to get annoying.
yeah, I mean he's like now in all these video game
Yeah,
related projects. Yeah, some people were saying that sideways. I saw a lot of people saying, "Why isn't it animated?" And yeah, I that's also I think a fair point. People were bringing up the Telltale. It's funny, you know what? We have now two video game movies that had a Telltale game that should
Yeah,
have just been the movie because they
this
had the story mode Minecraft and they also had Tales of the
this
Borderlands.
is
So
this might turn into
that's weird.
this might end up being like Pixels. Like
Oh shit, that took me back. Pixels with Adam Sandler, that piece of junk. You know they shot that movie here.
I know in Toronto. Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, I saw that movie. That was a fucking movie. Oh, that's all right, man. That's a 10-year-old movie, by the way.
it is. It is. It was poorly received. It was not a good movie.
No.
Um, yeah, Josh Gad, Peter Dinklage, Kevin
Yeah.
James. Um, uh, Pix. Yeah, see, because they Pixels is like they have the the games, right? What they look like, right?
Hmm.
In the pixel form, right?
Hmm.
But in pixels, they're in the real world. The real world is the pixel forms. The pixel forms were in the real world. But in this, the real world, because the characters look real, like Jason Momoa and all them. They're obviously real. They're in a pixel world, right?
Hmm.
That's what it looked like, right? I'm like, oh my god, like seriously, it's and that trailer just caught me off guard too, man. Like right in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck? I like wake up and I go on X and see like this trailer drop for Minecraft. I'm like watching it. I'm like, this is bad. This is
Hmm.
really bad. Really, really bad. Like, and I was like you. I thought, that, oh, Minecraft's very popular. This movie could easily make $1 billion.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure still. I think the reception to this trailer was not great, but if but the thing is, let's just say the movie is in the same spirit as the director's previous movies that people do like, then maybe there's some potential that people might go see it. And on top of that, too, the main demographic of this movie, I don't think are going to be commenting on shit, right? But I do think they did lose the people who played the original game when they were kids and now are adults. I
Yeah.
think they definitely lost that crowd now. So they should only just aim at the kids and try to get them in the theater.
So what
That's
in the
it.
Minecraft
That might
story
be the
about
only
it?
hope.
There's man, it's funny though.
Yeah,
Video game movies.
sideways. I saw comments like that because yeah,
I
people did
treated you
not
to
like
hurt.
that game.
Oh my god, it's not a good. Was not a good trailer. Um,
No, I mean, I'll still watch it out of curiosity because I like I said, I'm not appalled by the trailer like everybody else. It looked like a Minecraft world with. I think the biggest potential mistake is the actors being live action. I don't think it like I kind of get the style or the what they're
I
trying to
did not
go for,
expect it to
but
be live action.
I mean, it got leaked that
Oh,
Jack Black and how he looks, so I just didn't know what the other characters would look like. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of like I'll see it if it's good. If it's really bad, then yeah, of course I'll see it. But if it's just like, like it's more like a 30 to 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's just kind of like, it's just a
so
boring bad movie. Then no, no.
yeah. Um, so you see, there's the Batman stuff, right? Like we've talked about Batman the two. He did confirm
Mhm.
Penguin's gonna be in the Batman two, so Penguin's gonna survive in the Penguin show. Okay,
Right.
spoilers. I think it's obvious, but
Yeah, that was
he
kind
did,
of obvious.
he did confirm that the Penguin will be in the Batman two, part two. But he
Hmm.
went deeper. He went deep. He's not. He basically confirmed he's not really adding fantastical elements to the universe.
Right.
It's gonna be epic crime saga. So it can take away half his woke gallery if you're expecting characters like Poison Ivy, Mister
Mr.
Freeze,
Freeze.
Killer Croc, Man Bat, like the
Well, I
Glenn.
think Poison Ivy might be able to
Yeah, the
get
thing
in
is,
there, maybe,
you
but
Yeah, because you could work Poison Ivy without powers. That's true.
So, but apparently, people, I do have to wonder sometimes about what people think about when these comments are made because I'm seeing now people have a problem with this. Like, am I living under a rock, or was that like didn't we kind of already establish that this was not going to be a fantastical world?
I mean, you did confirm Gentleman Ghost is not going to be in it. You just be things like
Yeah,
Gentleman Ghost. Yeah, you're not going to see supernatural characters, guys.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm always perplexed by some of the reactions of like DC and
Yeah,
Marvel fans when things come
Clayface
out.
is going to be in it. Not the one you're thinking of. Not the ones most people know. It's going to be more like the Crypt Crusader kind of
It's
Clayface.
not the thing is
That kind.
there's not this is why I say sometimes I feel like some people really don't have their thinking caps on.
No.
Why would there be two fantastical Batman worlds competing simultaneously?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what in the Batman Part 1 established that there was some fantastical element to
The
these
thing,
movies?
the thing is, the DCU Batman, you could combine both.
Yeah, you could that's perfectly fine. But
Yeah,
like to get upset that the Matt Reeves movies are doing something different. Like like I don't know. Some people that's why I say I think people like to be outraged for sake of outrage because he in all honesty Matt Reeves didn't even need to tell you this
Matt.
for this to be true. This I
Matt.
feel like this was self-evident.
The thing is, Batman is one of the few comic book characters where a non-fantastical element works.
Yeah.
Okay, and you could say that for there's Daredevils like that because it's a street character. Punishers like that. Batman's like, you can even say Green Arrows like that.
Yeah.
Um, it has to be characters with really no powers or powers that can take on enemies that are
Well,
not.
you can even do it with characters who have powers too,
Yeah,
right? Cuz
I
I mean,
mean,
if you think about it, the Amazing Spider-Man movies were trying to be grounded.
yeah, that's true.
So, but this is, I don't they've established the tone with now the first movie and now this upcoming Penguin show. I think it's perfectly fine what they're doing. I'm excited for what they're doing. And I think when fans fans I feel like and this is like a problem with Star Wars too, is I think sometimes people just can't let the creators create.
Cook. Yep.
Let the people create the stuff. You're not the ones in charge. You're seeing this stuff.
Maybe,
I'm
huh?
not saying you need to enjoy it, but these same people are going to turn around and then love the next couple of movies with Matt Reeves. So why even, save your outrage? You know what I mean? Save your
Yeah, and
outrage
if
and
you hear,
just drop the
I
bullshit.
guarantee you, if the Penguin's a hit and they all love the Penguin,
Yeah.
the tone's gonna change.
Their tone, of course their tone is going to
Yeah,
change. Their tone is going to change regardless, and that's why sometimes I say like there's some fans what they say, I'm sorry but it's meaningless because half of the times it's not valid criticism. It means nothing to the creators and the rest of the fan base. And on top of that too, and within the next 2 weeks they forget about the shit that they say.
don't
You know,
like
like so who really cares?
don't worry. The fantastical elements will get in the DCU, guys. Don't worry, we're gonna
Yeah.
get that because we're gonna like, look. There really is fantastical elements. You got Superman for God's sake. Like, don't worry. Like, that's
And
guys.
that doesn't I don't think the comment means they're going to rule out
Yeah,
certain characters, right? I think that it just means they're going to rework them into
a
fitting this
more
world.
yeah to fit in the world. Like, look, I think Mister Freeze could work. He could create a gun that could freeze his people. Captain Cold is human. He did it.
Yeah, I mean they're going to come up with something creative, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
these different characters that they have.
Look, Batman. Like, that's the thing about Batman. Okay, he was created to be grounded in the first place. He was not meant to be fantastical in the first place. He was
Mhm.
Batman's whole creation was actually to take down organized crime and stuff.
Yeah, he's a grounded character.
Yeah,
So,
his the reason he became Batman is basically first became Batman is to stop the corruption in Gotham. Basically, the corrupt cops, the corrupt politicians, and the corrupt and the Gotham underworld. The supervillains things were not his plan. He was not because it was not his goal to take down, but supervillains end up coming out of the woodwork.
Hmm.
And then that his goal never stopped from trying to change Gotham. It just that added this supervillain element to it to his goal,
Right.
right? Like Batman Begins is
Yeah.
perfectly like that. Batman Begins is about taking down the mafia, right? Same
Hmm.
with the Batman, right? Well, I mean, taking down Riddler, but also the gangs and stuff. Like,
Yeah. I don't know the I- let them Matt. I mean Matt Reeves. I feel like he already established himself with one movie. He established himself with his tone, his creative
yeah,
sensibilities, the writing, his appreciation for the
exactly,
character.
exactly.
It's not even that because this is also another thing too. What I don't understand, it's not like Matt Reeves is coming out and saying I don't like fantastical elements and therefore they're not going to be in this movie. He's saying I'm making a creative choice that is going to be a different style.
No, no Batman fans can say they don't like the fantastic elements. All
Yeah,
Batman fans,
he
it's
he's a
like,
he's a Batman fan. He was again. I keep
yeah,
saying this. His mentor, he was Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb wrote Batman comics. Okay,
yeah.
so he loves Batman. They had to promote the movie. They had a bundle of Batman comics. So again, I don't know. Every time I with fans, because we know we're always going to keep talking about this. They just need to sit down, wait, watch the movie, judge it for what it is,
And
and
watch the
then
Penguin show,
form an opinion.
like see
Yeah,
what the
and
Penguin
just
will be.
watch the Penguin show.
Yeah, because you might get hints about who be in the Batman. I mean, we know Penguin's going to be in it. I think Mark Strong is playing a recognizable character
Hmm.
from the comics because we don't know who it is. Usually, when Mark Strong is a big time actor, right? Usually, we know when they don't announce who an actor is playing in these kind of shows, it usually means it's somebody you know,
Yeah,
right? If it's just somebody made
it's
up
a
for the show,
spoiler.
yeah. If just somebody's made up for the show, they would announce who the character is already. They would announce who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. Exactly, it's a spoiler. So usually when Marvel and DC does this, when they announce a big an actor, big time actor, actress in a role, but undisclosed role, and is not announced on Wikipedia, IBM, or wherever until we see the episode they're in, is usually a big spoiler role of a character that we know that is made already in the comics or whatever.
Hmm.
Because if it's just a character for a show or movie like Marvel and DC, like there's no you don't need you could just you don't need to spoil that. Like, right? Like that's how you know when you like Mark. That's how you know when you oh my god they hired this actor for this role, but it's undisclosed for this Marvel DC project. I wonder who he could play. I just automatically assume well it's gonna be somebody we can recognize from the comics,
Right.
right? One thing I'd like to see in the future DC two is a Batman Beyond film as an Elseworlds film. Maybe down the road. I mean, they already canceled that. They were planning to do that, but that's been proven to be canceled. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's going to. So Barry says the Batman 2, it's going to dig in the epic story about deeper corruption, and it goes into places he couldn't even anticipate in the first one. It almost screams like Court of Owls.
Hmm.
Like that screams like Court of Owls. And what do you think?
I mean, if it is the Quarter Owls, I'll be happy. Like we haven't. I don't think outside of the comic, because obviously I like Scott Snyder's run up until Jim Gordon becomes Batman, and then I refuse
That's
to read it. It was
ridiculous as
garbage.
hell. James Corder's Batman's ridiculous
Yeah,
as
I
hell.
don't like James Gordon as Batman. It was not very fun in my opinion. And the whole him wearing a mech, that was all bullshit in my opinion. So if you're going to read the Scott Snyder run, read up until Batman and Joker die and call it an ending because the rest of it not very good in my opinion. But anyway, that's just besides the point. I really love Court of Owls. I think it was an interesting storyline. I think the concept is really cool. It fits the Batman mythos, and so that's why I feel
Yeah,
like it stood out and it became like, oh, you could almost see this as a movie. The problem is we got a shitty game, Gotham Knights. We got a Gotham TV show that didn't do it
Oh
well.
my God! Don't remind me, please.
So none of the
Which Gotham TV show?
non-comic,
Not the one the Gotham Knights show, or the one or the
no,
Gotham.
Gotham.
Oh, well, the Gotham Knights one was Court of Owls too.
Yeah, Gotham. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, the show.
Yeah, the show was Court of Owls the first season. They canceled it. Yeah, it was
Oh
Court of Owls
shit, I
too.
did not know that. Well, there
I
you go.
didn't
You
watch
can
the whole
add on
show,
to the list.
but I watched the first episodes, and
Yeah, just I mean, yeah, I did not know that,
yes, and that show was horrible.
but
That's like that might be the worst comic book
that's
show period. I'm not even kidding.
wow.
Yeah,
But this is yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Quarter Owls have been butchered as an adaptation. So if Matt Reeves is willing to introduce them
you know what's a
into
good.
his
You know what's
universe,
good.
I think it's a good choice.
You know what's a good Court of Owls adaptation? The one, the movie with Damian Wayne and Bruce, and Talon,
Oh,
the animated.
was it like Batman and Robin, or was it like Son of Batman or some shit? Well,
Uh, I forget what
talking about
it's.
the animated movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Netflix
did not watch that, but
had
whatever
Talon,
it is,
Talon, because Talon's the yeah.
because
It
I
could be
think it would kind of fit, right? It fits in this underground. There's
yeah,
gangsters. There's, this idea of people in power
and
who are
they
taking
and they
advantage
could
of,
be
like,
and they could be
oh,
another
Batman versus Robin. Okay,
yeah, Batman versus and they could be another suspect in who it murdered the Reigns, like another potential suspect.
right.
Because we know the Batman, we really don't know. Some people think like they imply that maybe Falcone hired a hitman, but but Alfred said it could just be some random mugger on the street, so we really don't know. So like implementing something from
Mhm.
the Court of Owls, maybe hiring somebody to kill.
I think if the movie really, I mean, because I'm seeing it now, if the movie really wants to
I
level up and be bigger than the first movie, I think they should do Court of
I
Owls.
I really do think in this trilogy, not the Batman, DC. I really think that in this trilogy, Bruce Wayne should try to figure out who killed his parents. I think
Yeah, I think
we
that's
should,
an interesting idea.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think I think in general, this movie or this series, I should say, should yeah definitely play up this underground power imbalance. Sorry, I'm all over the place, but imbalance in terms of like the 1% versus the 99%, right? So I mean,
yeah,
yeah, and how does Batman fit into that? Whether or not Joker, what's his significance in all of this stuff?
yeah.
And building up also Arkham Asylum too. I think there's a lot of potential here, and that's why I'm not
Oh,
like
Arkham Asylum's not happening. Remember?
no, but I mean in the movies they could set it up
Oh, I mean, they
because
want. They said they want.
we did see
They,
Arkham
they
Asylum.
said
So
Matt Reeves did say about Comic Con time they are looking for another potential project in this universe.
right. I mean, I
I'm
think Arkham
curious.
Asylum, even if it's not a series, but like Arkham Asylum, you know how in the ending of that movie we do see him talking to
The Riddler.
the
And
Riddler, and like I really like that idea of like that's something we never got in any movies
oh,
is like Batman in Arkham Asylum. I think it's a
they're
missed
they're
opportunity.
planning something Riddler and Joker because Joker says everybody likes a good comeback story.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's a
It's
good point too. I mean, there's a lot of room with this world that they could do. So, I wish the Batman Part 2 wasn't delayed. That's the only thing. That's the only part
ah.
that makes me upset.
I mean, 2020. Look. 2026 is a good comic book year. I mean, Doomsday and
It is.
Batman, Supergirl. I mean, Supergirl's not as big as those, but look at but no 2026 overall is a good movie year.
And we still
Look,
don't even know some of them.
2025 July is like a packed movie year.
Yeah.
My God, because like Superman, Jurassic Park, and Fantastic Four in 1 month,
Mhm.
1 month, and 1 month.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens to all those movies. Could it be possible that July all those movies are successful? I mean, We'll have to see.
Cappy, I think so.
I mean, it could be possible because the thing is, it's like all those movies people would really want to see. It's the summertime. People have more free time. It's just, will people have the money to show up to these movies? Could these movies have legs? I think those are, you know, more
Um,
interesting questions.
Jurassic Park, um, Old Dominion was a terrible movie. That movie had legs,
Yeah, that movie was
but
terrible.
that movie had legs because it made so much. It made $1 billion.
But I don't think maybe. Well, to be fair, we know who's directing the movie, and I think that
Yeah,
increases why we're interested in the movie. But like, if this
Jurassic
was
Park, yeah,
directed
Gareth
by
Edwards.
any random director that didn't have any sort
They
of
were
like
hinted, and
interesting,
yeah, and they got Scarlett Johansson.
yeah, like this, there's something to this movie where it's like, okay, yeah, I do want to see it, even if the last movie was bad.
I do really
So,
think I don't know. I really do think Superman of the three movies will make the least. I
right.
I think Fantastic Four will make the most. Um,
I think Jurassic
all
World will make the most.
all I care about is Superman making more than Man of Steel. Because
Yeah.
it's a Web of the Snyder fan. Because blinded, blinded. If it doesn't, you can never hear the end of it from those people.
I do think I will agree with you though that I think Superman will make the least, and I'll say Fantastic Four makes the second
But
most.
Campia said yesterday in his open mic, right? In his open mic, he said with Superman, it doesn't have to make a lot of money. It just has to be critically received well.
I don't agree with that.
No, no. Yeah, I agree too. I agree
I
too
don't
with you.
agree with that at all because I think it's a given that this movie is going to be critical. Like that, like it's not going to get like a 90. Like if it gets a 90 on like Rotten Tomato, let's say, yeah, that would be a big deal. But if it gets a 80,
80
I
is
don't think
good.
it would be 80 is definitely good. I but I feel like that's kind of expected because it's James Gunn, right? And I'm not saying that to be like, oh yeah, like that's boring or whatever. That's good, that's fine. But I think what needs to be like the thing that this movie is really trying to aim for is mainstream success.
Yeah.
I don't think it's trying to aim for critical success because they
This,
know it's good.
yeah.
And so I feel like them just saying that this is, oh yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, but people said that about the Suicide Squad and the movie flopped.
Yeah.
So I don't think that matters, and I think they know that does not matter. And I do want because Superman is in a tough position because just a year ago they didn't know they were going up against these two movies. They really did not know,
No.
right? And these movies are Jurassic World. It coming out before Superman, you know, regardless of whenever Superman was coming out, it's going to have a hard time going up against Jurassic World. Let's be honest. Like
It's
we
like
have to be
second
honest.
to
Jurassic
11.
World is significantly bigger franchise, and it consistently does well.
Yeah, Superman has to do a lot. People have faith in it again. But even
Yeah,
if James Gunn is the one behind it, um,
and
it's
I can't really see like even though the Fantastic Four movies previously didn't do well, I just can't. I'd be blown away if Superman does way more than this Fantastic Four movie. I'd be blown away.
I mean, I like John Campbell. Like he talked about Fantastic Four in open mic, and he does the same things. And he's right. I'm like, dude, you know how much hype there is for Fantastic Four, and he's using the same old tropes about the comic book sales. Oh, the past Fantastic Four movies didn't do well. Yeah,
Let's be
but
honest.
but they did not do well. You're right. You're right. But the thing is, blinded. I'm pretty sure you remember once Fox, right? Once Marvel Studios got the right to Fox, everybody was excited for Marvel Studios getting hands on
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. Everybody, their faith in Marvel Studios getting hands on Fantastic Four was they was they were excited, right? They had
Mhm.
faith in it now. They had faith in Fantastic Four getting off the ground, being good because of Marvel Studios getting hands on it. Not Fox anymore. Not Fox anymore. So I'm like, John, you can't do that. You can't compare that because look at the fans. Look at the fans. You can't do that.
Yeah,
you have to scratch that.
I feel like people, even though I mean, I I'll say this. I was a victim of this. Think that, oh yeah, Marvel movies going forward will have some type of diminishing returns, but I don't think that's the case anymore. My belief now is that Marvel movies will depend on how excited people are for the characters. If it's a Captain Marvel, if it's an Ant Man, a Miss Marvel, character that people don't care for, I don't think it's going to do well.
Oh, people
But
are excited for
characters
Captain
that
Marvel
people
because of Brie
consistently
Larson.
there's no but the, listen, no one liked Captain Marvel. That's why that movie
But
bombed.
there was a segment for Captain. Well, also did come before the two ending the Infinity War and Endgame.
I'm well because
Yeah,
but that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying Captain Marvel, the character,
um,
after she was established,
that's
her
what I
movie made
said.
$1 billion. People didn't
That's
like
what
the
I said on my
character.
stream last night when talking about camping up burying the Fantastic Four because I said nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now that people are falling in love with them.
Yeah. But I mean,
Like
I think the thing is, the Fantastic Four are well known Marvel characters that people care about, and they haven't been done right.
exactly. That's why people had faith. That's why
That's
people are
why people are
excited.
excited about the movie.
That's why people are excited once Marvel Studios got their hands on Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a bit of like, yeah, like he's seeing he's not seeing the forest here, right?
No, no,
He's not really seeing that the characters are beloved. They just
and
haven't had good
and
movies and no
also
one
and I
shows up.
also said my point. Look what they got as a leading star. Okay,
Yeah.
Patrick Pascal. Right, he's almost in everything these days. Right, he's having a movie coming out in 2 months. Right,
But
The Last
he
of
just
Us.
hasn't had a big leading movie. I mean, well, he's gonna be in Gladiator,
Gladiator, and Last of
but
Us, big leading TV role, and I
yeah,
guess he was a supporting character in Wonder Woman, whatever. That doesn't count, all right. But you
right.
got Vanessa Kirby, who is now like A-lister, anyways, right? And look at Joseph Quinn. People fell in love with him. Joseph Quinn's a like he's
Yeah,
in, he's in Gladiator. Joseph Quinn's a Gladiator also.
I think he's severely underestimating the movie. I think people
Oh,
are
yeah.
just don't understand that this movie does have a very the thing is when the director this is why I'm excited for this movie because this was the first time I think since James Gunn that a director came out and literally just ran through all the runs that they're taking from. Name the art, the writer, the artist. It was like, okay, so this guy's going to make the Fantastic Four movie we all thought we wanted, essentially. So that's why I'm excited for the movie. This guy, it clearly made okay. You could say, "Oh, it's PR, whatever." That's fine, but no one has done this. No one says stuff like this anymore, right? And the people who do, guess what? Matt Reeves, James Gunn, the Russo brothers. Those are the people who they make the best comic book movies. So if you read the
And
comics, you're
that's
probably going to
something.
make the best comic book movie. Let's be honest.
And that's sometimes what we criticize Marvel for. Sometimes they don't get exactly the best people to read the comics
No, they need people who can read the comics,
and understand the characters.
interpret the material, and put their own creative spin
I
on
mean,
it,
look,
where it
perfect
almost
example.
feels like the comic.
Perfect
That's
example
what
is
they
Taika
need.
Waititi. Taika Waititi, you
Yeah,
can tell
Taika
him.
Waititi's not. He's not. Just because you're a great director in other fields doesn't mean you could do that. You need to
No,
have a deep understanding of the source material. You have to appreciate it. You have to see how it can be improved, what can be added on that feels organic. Not many people could do that. And that's why we have, the top of the top comic book movies
the thing is, I'll say
are by
this.
people who do appreciate it on some level.
I'll say this. I
So,
don't know if the Russos read the comics. They've done a good job with the Avenger movies, as America Civil War, but I feel like probably James Gunn gave him a lot of advice on how to do the the Infinity War movies and Endgame because of Thanos and Guardian stuff. Because you know what I'm talking about?
mhm.
Like,
Well, I think it was also them too. I mean, when they talk about the characters and
and yeah, they didn't have to. They didn't
yeah.
have to really create the characters for
No, they
right.
didn't
They
have to
had
create the
others.
characters, but they understand them very well.
Well, it depends. I mean, James
I
Gunn was
mean, the
not happy with
core
the Infinity War.
Avengers movies besides Guardians. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
but and Hulk, but but I think the core characters they understood well. The
like
core Avengers characters besides the Hulk, they understood.
I understand why James Gunn was not happy with they did Gamora, but he has to understand that he doesn't really own the character. And he
No,
kind
I
of
just
do.
think he didn't well, yeah, because we talked about that. Like, I mean, when you hear them talk about it, I still think they understand on some level the characters, right? That
I
was my
also
point.
think it's
Besides,
always,
because obviously I've criticized them in the past.
and also, you know what? It also makes sense in a way. Zoe still done one out of Marvel. She just did one more Guardians
Yeah.
of the Galaxy movie. Like basically, it's not. There's no point trying to do the love interest. She went out.
But she came back anyway, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, but it was just she probably had that under contract. She just wanted to finish it. You know,
Yeah,
be
but I mean, regardless, I mean, and I was thinking about this too, that I don't know if I even said this on stream, but looking back at Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it it's weird because it's not about the multiverse, but yet there's a concept in there that is by far the most interesting of any multiverse project, which is what they did with Gamora. No other project like has done something where it's like, oh yeah, we have this character who's a
yeah.
variant, and they have to deal with the characters, the other
Is she a
characters.
variant or more of a?
She's a variant because she's from a different timeline.
But it's the same. But it's the same universe, isn't it? 616, just a different
Yeah,
timeline.
but it's still it's still a different variant. It's not the same Gamora
That's
because she
true.
has a different experience and all the stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, because time travel doesn't really deal don't do time travel on Marvel very well.
no,
Doesn't have
it's
a
just a I mean, for simplicity, I don't think they've ever
well,
mentioned it, but I
well,
would say she is a variant. I
the
mean,
one
it's
is
like
Wanda.
she's from a different timeline.
Why does Wanda just go back in time and get that? Oh wait, there's already Wanda, and go back in time and get Vision. There already is a
Yeah,
Wanda.
but I mean, the thing is, that was no one really mentions it, but that movie did something interesting with the multiverse concept, and no one really talks about it as much. No one mentions
Yeah,
that
come
was
on.
a multiverse concept, a
And
different person, and they did it
when we're talking about
interesting.
Fantastic Four, when I said to Campio, dude, people have been talking about these rumors casties for Fantastic Four for 2 years, man. Adam Driver,
Yeah,
uh, Margot Robbie, Vanessa Kirby, not Vanessa Kirby, she's ready to be cast, but Margot Robbie, Adam Driver, Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, like for like 2 years. Like you
yeah,
tell
they
me
had
there's
a
no
lot of
hype for it.
people.
Like people like there's not people are not excited. What? Is
Yeah,
that
I mean, I think as we progress into next year, when we see a trailer, when we see potentially more tie-ins to video games and all different types of stuff, I think
okay?
that he's gonna change his tune really fast because it's too obvious as fans and people looking at this stuff that there's clearly something here that
Yeah,
we haven't gotten before. And to be honest, if Marvel was bold enough, and if I was Kevin Feige, I would have done this. I would have moved the two Captain America and what's it called?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I would have moved Captain America to 2026 and I
Mhm.
would have delete Thunderbolt.
But they're not. Yeah.
I would have had Captain America lead into Avengers Doomsday
Oh, there's
and
gonna be.
leave Fantastic Four as the only movie in
They
2025.
believe the movie is going to come up before Doomsday is going to be Doctor Strange.
I don't know about that. I have a hard time believing that.
Well, because
If that's the case, I mean, how are they going to shoot? I mean, how is he in both movies?
well,
Unless he has a minor role in
yeah,
Avengers.
because a lot of actors in Endgame that didn't had a lot of them had minor roles in Endgame
Yeah, but they weren't
when they
in
came
another. I mean, the only
when they came
person
from
who
the
was in
snap.
another movie, but they were shooting that movie long in advance was Black Panther.
Yes, it were. Um,
So, and Ant Man and the Wasp, those characters don't appear in the movie. So, I whatever that first movie is, it has to be a character who is not in Avengers Doomsday, or they're not in that movie to a large degree. Because I just don't see how that's even possible. We're supposed to know what that movie is in a couple of months.
mhm.
So they got to announce that, and we'll see.
They have
Maybe
it slowly.
because remember what we were just talking about. Sorry to cut you off, but maybe
No,
they're going to decide what if Blade or Armor Wars goes in that spot.
yeah, they are slowly. They have slowly announced there's going to be a Doomsday from the heroes. I mean, Fantastic Four and
Yeah.
Thunderbolts. They have announced that. Basically, they basically confirmed that. Doctor Strange is basically confirmed for that too.
Yeah,
Assuming
yeah,
I
based on
assume
what he said, unless that wasn't true, but
I'm pretty sure Falcon's going to be in it. I mean,
yeah.
Captain America. I think that's obvious. Um, we'll know. Um, I'm going to end.
I would have done a new
I'm
or a
going to end
Dark
it.
Avengers
Yeah,
sidebar.
but the
There we go.
Thunderbolts is basically new Dark Avengers. Remember, basically.
Yeah, it is, but
All right.
better characters.
All right, Blended. It's 12 a.m. our time, man. So we
Okay,
got to end
damn.
it here, guys. I'm gonna let Blind plug, and I'm gonna plug what I have planned up.
Okay, yeah. So I have a. I'm trying to get out a video on Friday for Astrobot because Astrobot comes out. There's been a lot of discussion about PlayStation, especially with Concord. So so yeah, I have this video that I recorded it. I just have to edit it and all that stuff. So if you're interested in Astrobot, the state of PlayStation, the disaster of Concord, then go check out my channel, Blinded Braille. I don't have the at, and I'm not in the YouTube chat, but it's at Blinded Braille. And you can also find me on Threads where I don't post super frequently, but I am on Threads. I do see what's going on there. And Threads, I don't
Same.
know what's going on, but people are
It's getting
changing the tune.
you're getting toxic on Threads now.
Well, they're just saying there's people on there saying dumb shit.
Oh,
People saying like,
it's happening.
"Oh, Concord." It was mostly about Concord. All of a sudden, there's now this defense team of Concord. Have you noticed any time now when these projects, these bombs come out? All of a sudden, there's
Yeah.
like this brigade of people who show up at the last minute to go, "You can't
Save,
get rid of
save it.
this."
You can just save this. Yeah, you can't get rid of this.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, we all have our stuff that we like that got canceled, but I don't know. There's a weird trend that's been going on because we saw the Acolyte is doing it, Concord. There's some people doing it,
you see.
so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right, guys. Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, guys. To be honest with you, Friday we're what time are you seeing it Friday? Beetlejuice.
Probably like 7 or
Okay.
so.
It is a short movie. It's an hour 4 minutes. So I'll probably do
Okay,
a 10 o'clock stream. I'll do Beetlejuice spoiler review on Friday night. Saturday Saturday it might be nothing. If I do something Saturday, it might be earlier. Sunday, I'm not sure yet. We might look at Grace Randolph's Beetlejuice stuff. I don't know if she's doing a spoiler review or
she
not.
is. She confirmed she's doing a spoiler
How
review. It's
long,
gonna go up tomorrow.
how long is a spoiler review going to be?
I don't know. We're gonna
Because
have to find out.
isn't her not spoiler review like 20 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh fuck! That means I have to start early on Sunday then if I do a spoiler review. Not like 10 o'clock, maybe like 8 o'clock or
it's gonna be a
something.
long video for sure.
Yeah, maybe like 8 o'clock or something.
It goes up tomorrow, so you'll know.
I'll like it tomorrow, but right, maybe eight
Mhm.
o'clock or something. I don't know on Sunday because yeah, that's Sunday. And then next week's gonna be a bit of a dry week, a slow week because there's really nothing next week, and the week after is when Agatha and Penguin hits.
Right.
So yeah, next week
I
will
mean, there
probably be
might be something. There's
yeah. It'll be
a lot of rumors going around.
yeah
So
that stuff. I mean, like next week there might be do topics like this, or
I'll let you know
also
a key rumor that's going around right now.
oh yeah,
We're getting the Switch 2 reveal this month. That
nice,
seems like that is going to happen.
nice.
So,
Yes. So yeah, next week we'll probably like do some detracting, maybe streams like this. Oh, and we do want to plan to do a Marvel Cinematic Universe tier stream blinded.
oh yeah, we talked about that.
And he blinded wants to do movies and TV shows. Do you
Yeah, I
want
want
to
to do the whole thing.
do you want to do it before Agatha or after Agatha?
Let's do it before Agatha.
Yeah, we gotta find a date. Well, we could do it next week because like there's nothing in between really.
Right.
We could do it next week. What days are good for you next week?
Wednesday is usually fine.
Okay.
Thursday, well, yeah, Thursday's okay. Or
Okay.
Friday.
I could do
Yeah.
I could definitely do Thursdays for sure. I mean, no,
Okay.
Thursday next week for sure is good because
Okay.
it's not. Yeah, we'll do it Thursday. We'll do the tier list. Um, yeah, Thursday is a good day.